Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by the Topoco Lodge. This coming weekend is a river release weekend at the Lodge. They open Cheoah Dam, which, by the way, is where they filmed The Fugitive. If you've ever seen that movie and Harrison Ford jumps off the dam there, that's Cheoah Dam. They open that up. The water surges right by the Lodge, right by the Topoco Tavern. Whether you stay at the Lodge or eat at the tavern, check them out this coming weekend. Topoco.com is where you can go make reservations, where you can learn more about them. It is a spectacular site, a historic site. Learn more about it, Topoco.com. All right, 24/7 Sports currently has Tennessee ranked 31st in the U.S. in recruiting, 11th in the SEC. We've covered the issues facing Josh Heupel, new coach. Dead period has prevented any face-to-face meetings, which has just been a killer for him. NCAA penalties hanging overhead. 2 Kentucky commitments who picked them over you said that was a deciding factor, was the NCAA sanctions ahead. All these things are working against him, so be it. But Tennessee grabbed an O-line prospect this week who, when he committed, he had 0 ranking from most of the services. Now he's a 3-star. He commits to a Power 5 school, boom, 3-star. Ryan, you say that your guys actually dug in and looked at tape, and that's where that came from. But here's my question. Fans didn't like seeing a no-star guy. If that had been Jeremy Pruitt, the story would have been, he's so good at spotting talent. He was there before anybody else saw it. And you know it because we heard it. That's what it was. Oh, he got there before anybody else. And oh, what a discerning eye. Turned out not to be true. But with Heupel, you're not hearing that. He didn't come in here with that reputation of being from Alabama or a great talent guy. So people look at it and go, this is the best we can do. My question is, should Heupel be getting more benefit of the doubt with taking lower-rated commitments at this stage in his Tennessee tenure, or no?
I think you always have to take these on a case-by-case basis. I mean,
that's not what we do in a talk show.
Right. Well, so in this case, Brian Grant, the offensive lineman you're talking about, he's from Fort Walton Beach, Florida. It's a part of Florida that doesn't get a lot of attention in recruiting there on the Panhandle. Nobody saw him play, and he's played 1 year of high school football, so he was an unknown. This staff actually offered him at UCF the day before Josh Heupel took the Tennessee job, so they liked him there. Offered him within 2 weeks of getting to Tennessee, too, so they clearly saw something on tape they liked. He claims to be 6'8". I think he's really more like 6'6", 6'7". On tape, all you see is him playing on the defensive line. So he's a project. He's never played offensive line in a high school football game. So that's a concern. So on this one, you say project, but clearly there's a lot to work with. They must like him. You take it for what it's worth. But on the whole, like you said, the track record's not there, at least not over a long haul for Josh Heupel. You can't say that people should give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think you should give him the benefit of the doubt on all 3-star commitments.
Okay.
I just think you got to look at each one, take it for what it is, and say, hey, was this a guy you offered early, or is this a guy you offer in November? Are you reaching to fill a spot? To me, this is the guy they offered early and liked.
Kid had offers from BYU, Maryland, UCF, FAU. Vince, does Josh Heupel deserve benefit of the doubt? Jeremy Pruitt got a truckload of benefit of the doubt, and it didn't pan out. Does Heupel deserve the same benefit of the doubt?
I think short term, yes, because a lot of what you guys have talked about with all the challenges that he's facing. But long term, no. I think you cannot bring in talent from the Group of 5 level and expect to compete in the SEC, even if you do a good job of developing talent. Because guess what? The top programs in the SEC are developing talent and they're getting the elite players. So you have to do both to compete in the SEC. So short term, yes, benefit. Long term, no.
Quick answer.
Short term, yes. That's the big question, though, right? Is how well is Josh Heupel going to be able to recruit? And that's how you end up getting ranked 31st. A 0-star that turns into a 3.
Are you giving him benefit of the doubt or no? He doesn't deserve it?
Well, I think Vince is right, short term.
You're all wrong. Here's the deal. You give him the benefit. I give him the benefit of the doubt on offensive players. What you saw at Missouri, he's done it in the SEC with guys who were 2- and 3-star prospects. Now, was he at Missouri a long time? No, but in 2 years, he took them from horrible to pretty good to best in the league, better than a lot of teams with better rosters. If you're telling me that Josh Heupel went and got a guy who I'd never heard of on the offensive side of the ball, I'm going to give him benefit of the doubt here because I know what his offense can do, typically. On the defensive side of the ball, no benefit of the doubt. If you bring in a 2-star that I've never heard of, I don't trust your defensive system. So to me, I'll give you more benefit of the doubt. I'll give him more leeway. I'll trust in him because he knows his offense, and this offense put up numbers at Oklahoma, put up numbers at Missouri, put up numbers at UCF. I'll trust him on the offensive side, but I'm not going to give him a lot of benefit of the doubt on the defensive side.
That's fair. And to
All
your
I want to
point,
be is fair.
I like the thought too that Missouri, UCF, Josh Heupel's been at places where you have to do more with less. Maybe that makes him a little more likely to find some good players that aren't highly rated.
There you go. That's almost a Pruitt-esque kind of a spin there. He's got that eye. All right, when we come back, let's talk about. We'll talk to Ryan about one of the issues Tennessee's facing with in-state recruiting. Going back on the Sports Source.